Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Of course, if you're familiar with what we do here, it's completely different, and this is a first for me being the interview host. And we have today an amazing guest, the CEO of GameSir, Betta.
Hey guys.
So happy to share this experience with you. Thank you very much for giving this an opportunity to happen. Super excited. And I have a lot of questions for you that I'm hoping will resound with the gamers out there, the people who are familiar with the brand. GameSir has been up and rising rapidly and so efficiently that I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people excited to hear what you have to share with us. And the first question I have for you, because from what I understand, you are very tied into the designs of the controllers that you make. Is that correct?
Correct.
On top of doing all your CEO things, to know that you are part of the design is just mind-blowing to me. And it brings me this question. What is your favorite game genre, and does that have any impact in your designs at all?
Oh, definitely. So my primary and also my favorite genre is first person shooters, so FPS. I actually started with CS:GO and I started with controller because I remember like back in like 2014, 2015, I think, I owned like an Xbox 360. So I start over there. Like CS:GO on Xbox 360. Obviously, I did a lot more, bot natch, but to nowadays, I move over. I try Valorant on PC with controllers, and these are super competitive. They're intended for, mouse and keyboard, but I always just use controllers. FPS is my primary genre.
Team deathmatch. Taking the lead.
Enemy down. Taking effective fire.
And how do that influence the product? There's our stick tuning, there's our latency tuning. We have some of the best latency tests on the internet right now. Also the software. We got keyboard and mouse mapping, so you can have independent back button bindings, all those good stuff. And we are working on gyro right now, so hopefully motion aiming. The motion aiming already works really well, but yeah, we are getting motion mapping to work better, all of our products.
I kind of expected it because your controller
Hmm.
so perfectly tailored for FPS, and I can't think of a lot of companies that tailor the sticks so well as GameSir does. Your Hall effect sticks feels so good, and then TMR just brought it to a whole other level. As probably people can see, you are fairly young, if you don't mind me asking. I'm kind of curious to understand, at what age did you develop the passion that you have for gaming? Because clearly, I mean, you spoke about FPS, you must be a passionate for gaming. So at what age did that start?
As a kid, you don't specifically kind of defines the edge between when do we get the passion because we always do. But for me precisely, I'm gonna say about 8 to 10 because I can remember I got my first, Wii. I got to try out like the 360 as well because he obviously gave me all the old stuff. I tried the Kinect, the Wii mode, and yeah, for the PlayStation 4, I think I got a PlayStation VR later. I think those are pretty cool with all the motion control, all the sensing technologies. I think the console at the time really grabbed my attention, especially with the integrated game design. So yeah, I think at that time it grabbed my attention, and I really really dive deep.
It's crazy how old you make me feel in the moment because you played the Wii as a kid. I bought it as an adult. And it was okay. So
Uh-huh.
of course, and just the way that you speak about gaming and your design, clearly you are a passionate, and that comes across very clearly. But playing games, which you have done from, you said, the age of 8 to 10, is one thing. But as you grew older, clearly your passion for gaming also translated into making gaming hardware. Where did that transition happen?
Like a lot of, competitive players, I start to experience bottlenecks. I want back buttons, obviously. I want better sticks. I want better ergonomics sometimes. I also experimented with crazy stuff like installing a trackball in my controllers. I started with modding, a lot of modding actually. I built my own 3D printer at the time just to assist me building my CAD files into real designs. My passion slowly transitioned to, professional designs. That's kind of my direction and major in school. Yeah, I also, learned Hall effect technology in school. That's pretty cool. I started with like electric magnetism, and that slowly introduced myself to, Hall effect technologies. And that's the kind of the point in high school that I think Hall effect is the future. And doing more in-depth research showcased me that Hall effect is using all those industries, like the car industry, all the industrial, high efficiency, high durability use cases. So that's kind of the moment I decide that maybe I should do something.
It makes everything so much clearer now because the way that the GameSir controllers are fine tuned speaks to everything that I'm hearing right now. You have such a deep background into all these different layers, which makes so much sense on how you are able to pull out such a great quality out of these controllers. This is amazing. It also explains why GameSir has some parts that, even though parts may be found elsewhere, you tweak them to a level that feels very unique and something that we cannot see outside of GameSir controllers.
Our stakes, for example, they always look kind of similar, but always with our own branding. It's because we always tune the sensor, the software, the integration. So I think those are quite important. A lot of the people out there feels like it's a drop in place. It just works inside. But I think a lot of people in the repair community will understand that doesn't always work.
Troops in contact. Sniper's down. Move up.
You really need that software integration and all those tuning, especially when you are a player. You understand what you're looking for, and when it comes to the curve, the sampling rate, the sampling resolution, and how we fine tune, basically everything. Yeah.
And the difference is felt. Talking about
Yeah.
controllers, we're gonna move to controllers because I'm sure a lot of viewers will be excited to hear about some controller questions. Before we do, I do have a question for all the potentially young CEOs out there, or CEOs already established that are looking up to great talents like yours. How do you stay motivated? And if you had an advice to share to aspiring entrepreneurs, what would it be?
Uh-huh. This might sound like very traditional, but this is exactly what I'm following. So first of all, try to solve like real problems. Look around, look for real problems to solve. And it could be simple. Definitely look for something around you because that's what's gonna keep you moving. Like a real thing to deal with, and learn relentlessly. I myself always learn from doing, learn online. Yeah, like other entrepreneurs, I learn online. It's cool, learn from YouTube. But iterate your solutions. Work with the community. Talk with the community. Communicate. Yeah, work with people around you, and most importantly, embrace the journey. Yeah.
I love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a journey. It is an always on growing and process. So it makes all the sense that you would say these things. And I love the part where you mentioned community. Finding people with similar mindsets, similar passion helps you drive it even further to new heights. Love it. Let's move to controllers. Now, you come up with the completely outlandish most designs. You have so much that is on the market right now that completely fits different types of gamers. But here's a question I have for you. If there's one controller in particular that you are happy with, and if so, which one is it?
That is going to be like the G7 Pro for sure. For all of those out there right now, go for G7 HE. It's mechanical, toll effect, rubberized grips. But yeah, if you want to wait for a little, you go for G7 Pro. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. It's pretty simple, because it's accurate. It deals with the problem. It got like a pretty simple, straightforward, accurate solution for all of you who want, speed, accuracy. To spill some of the beans right now. There's like TMR. There's optical micro switch on there, so it's super fast and super efficient. So you find those optical switch in mouse before, so they got really low dip bounce and very, they're super fast. Just to be simple, we got a lot of those in G7 Pro. and everything still inherits the G7 ergonomics, which is one of my favorite. The G7 series is also one of the first controllers I worked on when I came to GameSir. So I started with the G7 SE to be precise, and I also work on G7 just to keep it as a safe backup. So what if Hall effect didn't work? But obviously it did. We got this whole G7 family that's in the process, and I'm pretty excited. So yeah, G7 Pro would definitely be my favorite right now. Yeah.
I think I will speak for our viewers and saying that I've been trying to
Mm.
hold it back, and now with what
We,
you said, I'm excited even more.
yeah, I obviously like Klef. Yeah, try it out on CES. It's a pretty cool controller. Yeah, we put a lot into it.
Ah, man.
So yeah, it's like my baby.
Question for you. So we're kind of
Hmm.
going in the same direction, but we're putting a spin on the question a little bit. Is there a controller out right now that you feel like you would want to redesign, update, upgrade? Is there anything in particular that comes to mind?
Yeah, there's like we iterate plenty of our controllers. There's like the X2, for example, with an updated X2S. There's like the Cyclone 2, which is the updated Cyclone. The one that I want to update the most is the Tarantula right now. I think we got a pretty good base out of it, but I think there's plenty we can do to make it better. So yeah, the Tarantula series is one of the things we wanted to develop, this year and next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited because to me it is such an
Hmm.
impactful controller. I really, really hope that it becomes some type of flagship. So to hear that
Yeah.
there's potential for redesign, I'm super excited for that. Awesome.
For the Tarantula, some details. Obviously, we think the lack of symmetric controllers options on the market, like the good ones, the good symmetric controllers on the market are pretty rare. There's obviously the first parties, there's some retro designs. Tarantula is a pretty good trial for like pro symmetric controllers, and we want to keep that energy going and to make the flagship options to make also like the affordable options. So that's kind of the goal. So this will definitely become a pretty interesting series, and we are pretty excited.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm sure I'm hearing
Hmm.
viewers clap right now because there's definitely a big crowd out there that loves symmetrical controllers and are going to be happy that they'll have updated models to look for in the future. Now, of all the controllers, as someone that reviews a lot of controllers and a lot of GameSir controllers, there is one in particular that consistently comes back and seems to have such a strong niche, such a loyal
Hmm.
following from GameSir is the X4 aileron. Of all my tier lists, you have loyal defenders of that controller constantly in the comments saying how they love it. So are there any plans for the future for the X4 aileron?
Yeah, for sure. X4 also has like an interesting backstory. X4 is the first mobile controller I worked on came coming to GameSir. This is also a concept before I came. So the founder of GameSir actually reached out to me and he showed me like a concept image of like a super compact design, and I go, this is impressive. So this is what I want to work on when I come to GameSir. So he obviously gave me that, and it's my first mobile controller. So we really put a lot into it at the time. I think it was 2022 during development, and then we released it in 2023, I think. But looking at it today, especially when Galileo Plus exists, we think there's definitely a lot more we can work on. Because we are about to release the X5, so I'm not gonna call that the X5. We will probably make like an X4 Pro with motion support, because this kind of split form factor works perfectly with that. With Rumble, with Apple support, because that's something we're lacking when we have like the Xbox licensed design. And we are also making some sort of Joy-Con attachment for it to combine into one, so it has multi-platform, so it can serve its own multi-platform purposes. I guess this is one of the product we want to redesign as well. Going back to the last question.
The voice of the viewers for a quick second. If ever there is
Hmm.
cooling somewhere in that mix, I think a lot of
Hmm.
people would be super excited because it's the perfect pairing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so to the next question, which I'm, I'm, I'm super excited with this question, that you could share more info about the G7 Pro Valve edition that we've seen sometime last year.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I leaked that because I really want to see how people reacted. I got the other Steam controller. I'm gonna say it's interesting, but I definitely feel a lot more desire in using it. I like how it, inherits the capacitive sticks, the motion control, and also independently adjustable back buttons, and that well integration with the Steam ecosystem. I really love that. We look at our current product lineup, and obviously, G7 Pro fits the most with four additional programmable buttons, pre-built-in motion and capacitive support. So we should contact someone from Valve, and we did. We have a loose connection with Valve, and that's how that prototype is made. So we basically, kind of hack the Steam support into it. So and that prototype specifically actually works with Steam natively. But to get that official, we really need to have some sort of strong binds with Valve and with all the branding, with all the licensing. So we really want to make that happen. But as for now, it's a loose connection. We are figuring out what we can do to, to find people at Valve, because there's like, Valve time, and people at Valve are pretty hard to reach. Someone from Valve stumbled across us last CS, but that was a while ago. Still trying to establish a connection, but our design definitely works. So hopefully, once Valve approved everything, this could get going pretty fast. We really want to make it happen. We really want to make it happen. So everyone, please, write up to Valve. Don't harass them, but write up to Valve.
If there's
Yeah.
someone watching this, let us know. Call us. I
Mhm.
have, and of course, I am in love with the Cyclone 2. I just recently discovered the shift layer, but I do have a special place in my heart with the Tarantula, so I do want to go back. It's so completely out of pretty much anything we've seen on the market. How long does it take to come up with a design like the Tarantula Pro?
It took a while. It's mostly thinking, and making decisions. The design process itself happens rather rapidly, like always, like all the games or products. But it happened like since I got like the DualSense. Because I myself is a big DualShock fan, and I really believe that the ergonomics works has a really special place in my heart. So with the capability of clawing it easily, it's a really compact and lightweight design with all the inputs I need on the front. I myself is pretty good at claw and reverse claw. Actually, yeah. So I also play reverse claw. I got some clips of that. But DualShock has a special place in my heart, so I'm gonna say this project is fully driven with passion. And the idea is to actually migrate those capabilities and to recreate those capabilities for the non-PlayStation platforms, like on PC, like Switch. All those users deserve their DualShock, So that's why we created, yeah, the Tarantula with the perfect, glyph swapping system to work perfectly on Switch and PC. It also got haptic motors, so it's the latest technology used on the DualSense to perfectly, recreate the rumble from PC and Switch, the HD rumble from Switch. That kind of haptic motor technology supports that. And we also have like NFC built in, so and motion and wake up and the charging base, all those things. So it's really meant to be a perfect controller that does not work on PlayStation but everywhere else.
That is awesome. And you know what?
Uh-huh.
The part where you said it comes from passion, I don't know. I guess I don't know how long it takes, but I'm super happy to know that there are projects at
Mhm.
GameSir that takes this approach of passion and just giving something to the world that we don't have. Well, now we do, thanks to GameSir, of course. So thank you very much. And
Mhm.
last thing, well, it is not about the Tarantula. It kind of goes with the same mindset. Is there any chance that we'll see another, what I want to call, out of ordinary controller in 2025 from GameSir?
2025 is super exciting. We obviously showed something new, something old, or something just as iterative on CES. I think those got leaked pretty well on the internet, so feel free to find those. But again, we are working also internally, for newer technologies and externally quirkier designs for even more niche, users. We'll hopefully nurture these user sets to become like a broad audience. But yeah, we're working on niche designs. Overall, we are experimenting, working or rather working slowly towards higher price point product lines to hopefully get more advanced functionalities. Current designs are really straightforward, very simply iterated, from they're clearly iterated from something. So we really want a big leap forward. And that's probably going to happen on like a higher price point advanced controller. And that's what a lot of the users are pleading for. So we're definitely heading towards that direction slowly. Yeah. And that transition will happen somewhere around 2025. And we are going to release like a mind-blowing product for that.
I'm excited. Awesome. Happy to hear. We talked a lot about you. We talked a lot about controllers. Now, let's talk about the GameSir umbrella, the brand. And starting with a very direct question, I guess. We talked about the G7 Pro. We talked about the Tarantula, getting some redesigns. Is there anything that you'd like to tease GameSir fans with that we can get excited, that we would hear in the...
Obviously, all of the products that you're mentioning will probably be released or get an update. But other than those, I'm just gonna, answer the question for, our future plans as well. So we are expanding into immersive gaming. It's not like a big strategy, but rather just something we want to play with because I myself have a lot of experience in that as well. I got like a full sim race and VR setup in my office. We showcased like a multi-platform gun at CES. Though the gun itself packs a lot of functionalities. It has all the things you need, like recoil, reload, all the buttons, all the motion tracking systems, a lot of the sensors on it. But for the tracking, it's actually modular. That's why we call it like a multi-platform light gun. It can emulate a light gun, or it can have a VR tracker on it to be Quest or Vive compatible. That's one thing we're working on. The other thing is racing and fighting. So so we have a pretty big team working on that, on racing. We're gonna start simple and work our way up. But for fighting, we're gonna release something that was never done on the market, which is super exciting. So I just want to tease those. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun.
That is bold and definitely a tease. Excited to see what that is all
Um,
about. Perfect. Question: GameSir as a brand. I mean, it has exploded in the last couple of years, and the way that I perceive the brand is frontiers are constantly being broke as a brand, as controller makers. At least at this point in time, the greatest achievement accomplished from GameSir.
it's definitely gonna be the anti-drift technology we implemented. It's not just Hall effect because we're obviously moving towards TMR and there's cooler stuff after that. But the anti-drift overall, we are pretty proud of what we did for the industry. We are one of the first brand and company and controller that implements anti-drift on a licensed controller. Before that, there is some Hall effect controllers, but I think those are just some experimentations, and those just got and the first parties just got rid of those pretty fast. But we are pretty proud that we brought like the first Hall effect Xbox controller to the market. That kind of innovation really reflects on the market, and we are very happy with how the market responds to it. And again, it's not just a Hall effect, but the whole thing. We everything is high quality. We really want the whole thing to last long, to have that level of longevity, so nothing breaks on you. But that's like one of the biggest achievement we did. So to basically have like an affordable Hall effect option for the first party users, we never gatekeep these options. A lot of the other companies, they follow up, but they put Hall effect, these basic models in their super advanced lineup that's $200. And for me, that doesn't really make sense. Because I think even for $200, they should have something that's better. Yeah, TMR, those things. But I guess they just care about the buzzword. Whatever. We really want to make these options great, affordable, and performant. So that's why we spend a lot of time iterating it, and all of our releases are exciting. So yeah, but we want to continue this trend to bring more for the first party users and for the broader audience in general, not just the first parties, but for everyone. So that's why, we got the mobile controller lineup that's fully Hall effect right now. We got the PC lineup that's fully Hall effect, and we got like the Switch lineup that's fully Hall effect, or I should say rather the anti-drift in general, because we got TMR right now. So everything is anti-drift, mostly Hall effect, but we're transitioning to TMR for our better, higher demanding, performance demanding products. So yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely. If I can add a little something, which I think speaks to what you've mentioned, is I reviewed the G7 SE quite late. And to go back on a design that has been out and taken the world by storm way deeper into its first iteration, I was shocked at how reliable it was from a product that already existed for, considering how fast the market moves, for a fair amount of time. And I think that speaks to how much effort was put into the quality of Hall effect and GameSir controllers, because you are indeed extremely correct. Hall effect are not all built the same. They don't all feel the same. They don't all give you the same quality. So that is a very, very great achievement from GameSir, and one I can definitely get behind. I mean, I think we covered pretty much all of it. Is there anything you feel like you'd want to add? Any lasting words to viewers, fans of GameSir, anyone watching?
Yeah, thank you for having me. To all the viewers, fans, reviewers, and everyone interested in GameSir, or already owns like a GameSir product, I want to leave you with this. Though innovation is always the heart at the core of what we do, but it is your passion, our passion, the passion of the whole community to support us and drive all of these, wonderful products to move forward. GameSir is and always will be for the gamers. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I often say when I play some games, there are games that you boot and you feel the passion. And there are products that you grab and you feel the passion. And GameSir,
you feel the energy.
Absolutely. You hold it and you feel it, that there's love, there's passion, there's effort, there's a real desire to make a change. And this is what, for me, GameSir provides to gamers from all across the world. Thank you very much, Betta. I greatly appreciate our interview, and thank you for giving me this opportunity for being here with us and sharing with the world. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Take care, everyone.
See you around. Take care.